This is the tea leaf fortune card reading for the full blue moon eclipse on the 31st of January 2018, and I'm going to do a short reading for every single star sign. If you'd like a personal or private reading with a truly amazing soulmate reading, you can contact me via the links in the description box below. Right, I've put timestamps in the next window so that you can see exactly where your star sign is. I suggest you watch your sun, your rising and your moon sign, and you get a lovely complete story for what happens in this full moon eclipse. Right, I'm going to start with Libra, as you can see, and you'll also see that I have laid out the cards under 3 headings and then drawn cards for each of those headings. So Libra, for your love life, you get the mountain, the table and the chairfold. The mountain says there's a major challenge to overcome. The table says there's going to need hard work. And the chairfold says someone new is coming into your life. So I think for you, Libra, what this means is that where relationships are concerned, you have for a while now been having a bit of a challenging time, more than a bit of a challenging time. You have been having to overcome challenges in relationships. You've been working hard on your relationships. Now someone new comes into your life with a new energy, no doubt. They bring a new energy into your life. Now remember, eclipses always have something goes out and something new comes in. They shut one door and they open another door, especially full moon eclipses. So with this full moon eclipse, I think all that very hard work you've been doing on your relationships, whether it's to get a relationship, so you've been doing hard work on yourself and overcoming obstacles, or whether it's in an existing relationship, now somebody new comes into the picture and shifts your energy. So that somebody new could be a new love if you've been looking for somebody new, or it's a friend or a mentor or a partner or somebody that just shifts your attention off relationship and brings a brand new energy into relationship. Right, now if we move on to your career, you will see that you get the mountain road, you get mule and you get beetle. Now mountain road says you're on the road to success. The mule says there's somebody who's very stubborn and unwilling to change in your life where your career is concerned. And the beetle says good fortune. So I think what this says is, doesn't matter what is happening at the moment, don't worry too much about it where career is concerned, because despite appearances, you are on the right road. Even if you are dealing with somebody who just doesn't seem to want to listen to you or give way to you or listen to your ideas where your career is concerned, whatever it may be. Because in the end, this turns out to be good luck for you. So it's either that then you just decide to go it on your own, work your way around this person, you decide you don't need their support or whatever, or their feedback or whatever, or it's their stubbornness that makes you look for an alternative route, which ends up being good luck where your career is concerned. So that's a very nice reading for career, Libra. Now if we look at your happiness, you get the cup, bird flying and crib. Okay, so now the cup says you should accept valid criticism. The bird flying says news is on the way, and the crib says birth or conception of a child or an enterprise. So where happiness is concerned, someone does level sort of like a little bit of critique about something you do. Just remember, don't take it completely personally. Think for a moment, oh, hang on a moment, this is to open a new door for me. Shortly after that news comes in of that new enterprise. And for some of you, indeed, this may be the conception of a child, right? Or the birth of a child. So Libra, that's a very nice full moon reading for you. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Capricorn, for your love reading for this eclipse, you get the vulture, the ram and the firecracker. The vulture says depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. The ram says a stubborn, aggressive person. And the firecracker says excitement. So Capricorn, you are in a relationship with somebody at the moment who's giving you a little bit of sleepless nights. They're being particularly stubborn about something. But this has the potential in this time of the eclipse. Remember, it can be the 2 weeks after the eclipse. But there's a 6-month span that this story plays out in until the next eclipse, where it will bring excitement into your life, this particular relationship. It's going to go with a bang. You're going to sort it out big time. It's just suddenly going to be sorted one way or another. And if you're attracting somebody new into your life, this kind of person's making big sparks between the two of you. How this pans out, well, we'll have to see in a future reading, won't we? Right, if we then move on to your career reading, you see you get teapot, broken wishbone, and boat. Now the teapot says that you will engage in some kind of relationship with someone of the same sex, a very sort of deep connection with this person, because this falls under your career. We can assume that this is a partnership with someone in the career sector of your life. You get the broken wishbone, which says that a wish will not be granted. Okay, and then you get money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. So it looks as if there's someone of the same sex that you have in career, that you're doing something within your career with, you engaging with them within your career, but there's a lot of interaction between the two of you. Somehow they are not going to deliver what you were wishing for, hoping for within your career sphere. In other words, a monetary gain, I think, is what you're looking for. It's going to come through in another way, in a winning or a windfall. So it's going to come from an unexpected sector, not this person whom you're dealing with so deeply at the moment, Capricorn. That's very interesting, isn't it? Now, if we look at your happiness, you get the V, you get the lily, and you get the kangaroo. Now, the V is victory in some endeavor. So you're going to get success in your life through this eclipse. So remember, there's a 2-week window in which the action takes place, but the whole story plays out over 6 months when the next eclipse, when the partnering eclipse happens. The lily says spiritual love, and the kangaroo says unsettled times, you need to plan ahead. So if we look at that, it's saying that make those plans ahead and you're feeling unsettled. Sometimes when we make plans, it makes us feel less unsettled. You know, when life is a bit rocky and the ground isn't stable, make plans. You're going to have victory with something you're doing, but not in the way that you expect it to do. And that spiritual love is a nice card to get in with your happiness. So underlying all of this, I think connect to spirit, connect with prayer, walk in nature, spend time with people who make you feel centered and good, because that is where your happiness is going to be found. But that victory in some endeavor card coming up for you is a good sign for this eclipse. Eclipses always have this dichotomy. There's always something that's not great, and it usually happens, gets eclipsed out of our lives, you know, comes to a crescendo. But the other side of things is it ushers in something new and wonderful as well. Typical eclipse story, right? Right, Capricorn, I hope that you enjoyed that reading. Pisces, so let's see what is in store for your love life and relationships with this eclipse. You'll see you get the cobweb card, you get the coins card, the scissors card, and because that lineup said to me this needed another card, you also get the chairfold card. Cobwebs card says you are protected from negative forces beyond your control. The coins card says money will be coming to you. The scissors said disappointment in some affair. And the chairfold says someone new is entering your life. So if we look at this little story, there is a fated element to this eclipse where your relationships are concerned. Eclipses are always fated elements. They are situations that crop up in our lives because at that particular time, this is the experience we need to have, and they're really marked for eclipses. With this eclipse, you're going to get physical manifestation. In other words, you will get some kind of monetary gain. I think through your relationship, through your partner, or through the relationship sector of your life, there will be money coming in. So the other side, I always say, as I've said with so many of the readings already for this, that, you know, eclipses are a dichotomy. So on the one side, your relationship could disappoint you in some way. In the other side, your relationship is responsible for money coming into your life. There's the swing, the up and the down, the scales of an eclipse. Somebody new come to your life means that this new person is obviously being ushered in with this eclipse. They follow that disappointment. So perhaps they make you feel better about yourself. It could be if you were looking for a relationship, you now break up with someone, but very quickly somebody new moves into your life. That's also very typical of eclipses. As they shut that door, they open that next door. It's almost instant, really. And for those of you within a relationship, your partner is possibly going to disappoint you in some way. It could be a small disappointment. It could be some kind of expectation you had and they're just not going to live up to it. But don't worry, because money's coming in. And that's someone new coming into your life, maybe a good friend that then fills that gap and makes you feel better about your relationship. Okay? If we then move on to your career, you get the tulip, the unicorn, and the chain. Okay, the tulip card says great passion. Unicorn says you'll use your intuition to make beneficial change, and the chain says chain of events that will affect your life. So, where your career is concerned, something at the moment, Pisces, that is very close to your heart. You're going to be involved with something on this eclipse that is very close to your heart. And you can rely on your intuition, and you will do so to make a change within that sphere of your life, of your career, in other words, that passion. So this career is something you're passionate about, definitely. And a chain of events that will affect you. This is typical of an eclipse once again. It's going to bring in a chain of events following this that is going to change your life. Eclipses are game changers. They definitely are. Remember to listen to your intuition, and remember that the passion for this thing, whatever it is, also plays a part in this story. Okay? Now, if we move on to your happiness, you'll see you get the box, the apple, and the diamond. The box says you'll receive a gift. Very nice. The apple says temptation will test you, and the diamond says you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. So something comes to you with this eclipse that is a precious gift. The temptation is interesting because that makes me think you're going to perhaps be tempted to do something with this gift. And temptation normally says that what you're thinking of doing with this gift is probably not what you should be doing with it. But we'll see what the eclipse brings in for you, and you already know that the temptation is possibly not the route to be taking. But it's very possible that's the route you will be taking, otherwise the card wouldn't come up with it. Right, Pisces, I hope you enjoyed that reading. Right, Leo, for your relationships, you get scissors, barrel, and gong. Now, the scissors says that something is going to disappoint you within your love life. The barrel says you think that there's something lacking in your life. It could be in love, money, or goals. The gong says an exciting event. So where relationships are concerned, Leo, somebody has been disappointing you. If you're looking for relationships, the people you've been meeting has been disappointing. You're feeling that lack in your life, even if you're in a relationship, it's just not meeting your expectations. But this eclipse is about to usher in something exciting in your life that will make you forget all about that disappointment and that feeling as if things are not measuring up to your expectations. So, this is a very typical eclipse once again. It's going to be doing something wonderful for you. No two things about it. If we look at your career, you'll see you get the torch, hills, and a bowl. Now, the torch says that spiritual development, enlightenment, and awareness and understanding are coming into your life with this eclipse. That's also very typical of an eclipse, isn't it? You will overcome obstacles, and the bowl says plenty of material things. So with this eclipse comes an aha moment, I think. And it's an aha moment within yourself, not about your career out there, but about maybe how you feel about it, how you're going about it, what your perception of your career was up to this point. Because of that, because of this adjustment or this light shining on your perception, remember eclipses can do that too. They can dull and darken one thing so that the light is focused on something specific that it wants you to see. So then you overcome obstacles because of this change in perception. And this is when plenty plenty of those material things that you Leos, us Libras too, love so much start coming into your life. So that's very nice news for you guys on this eclipse. This eclipse, by the way, is in, I think, 12 degrees of Leo, so I'm not surprised that it is bringing good stuff in for you guys. Now, if we look at your happiness, you get the Mule, the Hand, and Sunrise. The Mule is about somebody being particularly stubborn and unwilling to change within your life, and this is affecting your happiness, right? The Hand says you're in need of help and assistance and guidance, and the Sunrise says new creative ideas, adventure, and a fresh start. So within your life is this sort of sticking point where your happiness is concerned and you're just not getting around that. But in comes the hand of God, I think, when it comes to eclipses, and it brings you a fresh start. New creative ideas and new adventures will be ushered in with this eclipse. Like I said, it's in Leo, so I'm not surprised that Leo is getting something really good handed to them with this eclipse. Remember, with an eclipse, it is bound to shine a light on something or remove something. In your case, I think it's going to be shining a light on something that you just haven't thought of or seen clearly before. And that's what will change this, will bring in this major shift or change for you guys. Right, Leo? I hope you enjoyed that reading. Scorpio, let's see what this full moon eclipse has in store for you guys. So, if we have a look at your love, you get the vase, the parrot, a cracked cup, and I thought this needed one more card. We couldn't finish on a cracked cup, so out came the dog's card. So if we start with the vase says that you have a secret admirer. The parrot says someone will gossip about you and your secrets. Gonna tell you. Cracked cup says disappointment with life, and dog says getting together with friends. So if we have a look at this story, Scorpio, whether you're in a relationship or not, you have a secret admirer. That parrot says someone's going to tell you about that secret admirer. But I have a feeling they're not going to tell you directly. They're going to tell someone else, and that's how you're going to find out about the secret admirer, through gossip. And I think that at the moment, Scorpio, you are feeling dissatisfaction within your love life, be it in the existing relationship or that you're looking for relationships. You're just not feeling the love at the moment when this eclipse is concerned. But the dog's card says that your friends, your peers, your people you like to spend time with are the people that are going to make you happy, that are going to make you feel better about your relationship life once again. And I think that secret admirer could give you a little bit of a lift as well. You may even be gossiping with those friends of yours about the secret admirer, and that could be the thing that makes you feel better about it as well. Either way, it's definitely not a bad reading. The eclipse is probably going to shine the light on the fact that you have the secret admirer, and the universe has its reasons for this, and it's probably to make you feel a little bit better and have something to talk with your friends about, right? Okay, if we then move on to your career, you will see you get teardrops, basket, and lily. Now, the teardrop says great personal sorrow, right? The basket says recognition and reward for merit. And the lily says spiritual love once again. And this has been persistent in these readings, very typically of an eclipse. It has this great dichotomy, the swinging in the scales. So in your career, something really made you unhappy, okay, right? Or is making you unhappy on this eclipse. But by the same token, you're going to be receiving recognition and reward for what you have been doing. So as one thing disappoints you, another thing is going to be highlighted and make you very, very happy. That spiritual love says you feel that feeling of the universe has your back in the end. So at first with this eclipse, you may feel like the universe doesn't have your back. But when you get this reward and recognition for some other aspect of your career, you then feel like, yes, after all, the universe does have my back. I'm not going to be disappointed by everything. There's going to be something wonderful for me happening with this eclipse. So always good comes with it as well. If we look at your happiness, you get the bridge, an empty chair, and a horse. Okay, now the bridge says successfully overcoming a problem. Aha, there we go. Chair empty says someone is leaving your life, and the horse says on a short journey. So It could possibly be you will overcome the problems, whatever disappointed you in your career and your relationship as well. You're going to overcome this. This is a short-term thing, because the horse says that a short journey, which I think means it's short-term as well of whatever this happens, but that someone leaving your life is also for a short time. They're not going for a long time. They're just going on a journey. Okay, so they're going to be back again, but you're possibly going to miss them, and maybe you hadn't expected they're going to go away. But remember, this is only for a short time, and because these eclipses have a 6-month span, I think that that person could be back in your life within 6 months again. So they're just going on a short journey. There's also the 2-week window that eclipses really take their effect, so they could even be back within 2 weeks for you guys. So nice stuff in this reading for you as well, Scorpio. I do hope you enjoyed it. So if we have a look at your love for this eclipse, you'll see you get the eagle, the cat, and the shield. Right, now the eagle says triumph over troubles and obstacles. The cat says a two-faced friend, and a shield says you need to defend yourself. But because you triumph over troubles and obstacles, that two-faced friend, which you have to defend yourself against, I think you're going to do it perfectly well. So where love is concerned, perhaps a friend tells you something about your partner that isn't entirely true, and it's not good for your relationship, but you will overcome it. That defend yourself, I think, if someone tells you something about your partner, a friend tells you something about your partner during this eclipse time, double check what they said, okay, before you accept it. And if you're interested in someone new and a friend says something negative about the person, check first before you say, okay, I'm not interested in that person. Just do a little bit of checking. That's how you're going to defend yourself. But that triumph over troubles and obstacles says you will come out on top of this. Don't worry about that. Eclipse will shine a light on whatever misinformation is directed your way. Don't worry about it. If we look at your career, you get chain, pineapple, and horse. Okay, the chain says a chain of events will affect you. Typical for eclipse, isn't it? Pineapple says reconciliation, and horse says short journey. So where your career is concerned for this eclipse, you're going to find that there will be a sequence of events playing out over this eclipse period from 2 weeks to 6 months. Reconciliation says something within your career that hasn't been working, that you've been trying to get to come together, will finally come together in this eclipse period. And that short journey says possibly you will be taking a short journey, and that is what will affect or bring together this reconciliation of aspects of your career that are not working together. Be it the actual people that you're working with are not working together with you, not working with you, Aquarius. You will find this short little journey changes your perspective, puts pieces into place that makes you see a way of this, of making it work, or just perhaps shifts everybody's attention off whatever the problem was in the first place, and you can move on to greener pastures. If we look at your happiness, you get the peacock, you get the sunbird, and you get the key. Okay, if we look closer at that, you will see peacock says be aware of pride, the sunbird is happiness, and the key says successful outcome to your problems. Okay, so I think if we look at that as a whole, what it is about is that your pride probably stands in the way when something happens during this eclipse. But there will be a successful outcome and you will be happy in the end. Be aware of your pride standing in the way. So it may mean you need to speak up. It may mean you need to take some kind of action. It may mean don't sit and brew in your hurt feelings and disappointment. Rather do something about it, because there is the potential for great happiness and a successful outcome to your problems if you don't stew in what happened to you during this eclipse. Eclipse will always shine a light on things, and sometimes what it shines the light on needs to be dealt with, right? And if you drop your pride where this is concerned, you'll be able to have a happy outcome, and it'll be a successful outcome to your problems as well, Aquarius. Okay, so very nice reading for you as well, and I do hope that you enjoyed it. Taurus, so let's see what the eclipse brings into your love life, and you get the mountain road, the horseshoe, and a younger woman. The mountain road says you are on the road to success. The horseshoe says good luck. And younger woman says dealings in a relationship with a younger woman, right? So you definitely, Taurus, where relationships are concerned, you are on the right track. Whether you are looking for a relationship or you're in a relationship, you're in the right one. So you've got good luck coming where this is concerned with your relationship, and it has to do with a younger woman that you're dealing with. So either it is that you're a male Taurus and you're looking for a female and she comes into your life and she's younger and she brings luck and she's the right one for you, or it's a case of if you're in a relationship, somehow dealing with a younger woman helps to put the good luck on this relationship, either that you are looking for. Maybe she introduces you to somebody, or if you're in a relationship, she introduces you to a pastime or a hobby or something that you and your partner will enjoy, and it brings good luck into your relationship. This could play out in so many different ways, but remember, there's good luck, you're on the right road, and there's a younger woman involved in it somehow, in a good way, right? Okay, if we move on to your career, you get the lion, mice, and an empty chair. Now, the lion says it's time to take action where your career is concerned. The mice say discord among friends or family, and the empty chair says someone is leading your life. So your career is a little bit where the rock happens, like Eclipse, Taurus. You do need to take action where your career is concerned. Your friends and family might not agree with what you're doing where your career is concerned. And where your career is concerned, somebody is leaving, somebody's going somewhere, somebody is changing tack or route, and that is possibly why you're going to have to take action in your career. So I think this is where most of the action of this eclipse is going to be occurring for you, Taurus. If we have a look at your happiness, you get the whale, the moon, and the tree. Now the whale says you're worrying a lot over something that doesn't need to be worried about. The moon says there are changes coming in your life, and the tree says affairs with your family. So I think that there's changes happening within the family sphere of your life at the moment, Taurus, and it's making you worry a lot. You may be feeling insecure or unstable because of this, but that great worry over nothing card says don't end up worrying about nothing, okay? Right, Leo, I do hope that you enjoyed that reading. Right, Virgo, let's see what this eclipse, full moon eclipse, has in store for you. Right, for your love sector of your life, you get the yoke, the owl, and the caterpillar. The yoke says that you're feeling tied down or frustrated. The owl says you can get good advice from a wise person, and the caterpillar says things will not always be this way. A change is coming. So whatever's happening in your relationship life, when this full moon eclipse comes around on the 31st of January, if you're feeling down and frustrated because you can't find the right person, or you're in a relationship and things are just not going, well, I wouldn't say according to plan, but they're not making you happy, then know that you're probably going to get advice from a wise person and that the situation is going to change soon. So don't be too disappointed and don't be too sad, because things are definitely going to change for you. Whoever this wise person is, remember that a lot of advice we get from angelic realms, from higher realms, from spirit, come to us through other people. It's not always just our inner being that our intuition has little voices speaking to us, but other people are often used to impart information to us as well. So it's worth listening to somebody who comes along with a little bit of relationship advice for you, because it might not be that very person that's speaking. It may be information coming through them. Okay, that's a message for you, so definitely keep that in mind. And this is a temporary situation. A change is coming, the caterpillar says. So heads up, stay positive. Don't let this get you down, because it's just a passing phase. I will have said in the other readings so far, and you will see it probably in the readings that are still coming, that the eclipses will always darken one thing and shed a light on something, and that light is probably going to be shed on some kind of information or some kind of advice that comes to you through somebody that helps you over the hurdle where relationships are concerned. Right, if we have a look at your career, you get the lobster, you get the hammock, and you get the egg. So now what this says is that you're feeling a pinch in your career as well. And the Hammock says taking a vacation, physically or mentally. And the Egg says success assured and with good plans and hard work. So this eclipse is definitely, there's some kind of little obstacle in your lives at the moment, Virgo. But it's just for now. It's definitely temporary. You're feeling the pinch in your career, so you're not moving ahead quite as fast as you want to, or things aren't working out the way you want to. I think it's progress. I think progress is the problem for you. The Hammock that says taking a vacation physically or mentally, that says, you know what? Take your mind off the subject for a while. The worry part of it, okay? So if you're worrying and you're feeling frustrated and tied down, shift your attention off that thought pattern for a while. Because the Egg says success is assured with good plans and hard work. So just put your attention in doing what you know must be done. If there is hard work to do, if you know you've got to make plans, concentrate on that. Shift your attention and your feelings off the fact that it's not going the way that you want it to go, or not going as fast as you want it to go, because as these cards say, success is assured. That change is coming. You will get what you are looking for. Just put your due diligence into whatever you're doing and forget the worrying and the frustration. If you can. Okay, if we look at your happiness, you get the Vine, Sunrise, and Dolphin. So the Vine says seek out information that will help you. So that message comes up again. So you can get what you're looking for. In other words, if you are looking for advice, if you're looking for something to get you through, help you over, whatever the case may be open to advice, because it is going to help you. The Sunrise says new creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start. So that's coming through in your life. Definitely. There's new beginnings coming up for you in your life. The Dolphin says financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. So your effort, your due diligence will be rewarded, Virgo. You will be getting gain, financial gain from the hard work that you've been putting into your career. Definitely. That is showing up very clearly. Be open to advice and know that those changes are coming. You will be getting your good reward for good hard work and a good positive frame of mind that you've been putting into your life. Right, Virgo, I do hope that you enjoyed that reading. Gemini, so this eclipse where your relationships are concerned brings you a cracked cup, a boat, and a turkey. Right, so the cracked cup says that you have dissatisfaction with your love life at the moment. The boat says money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. And the turkey says someone is behaving stupidly. Okay, so your dissatisfaction in your love life is no doubt due to somebody who's being the clown. Well, we hope it's just the clown, but someone is making you unhappy because they're doing something silly, or you feel it's something silly. But eclipses are always dichotomous. They always bring in something good along with something not so great. And the something good for you is there's a windfall coming with this eclipse. So even though it falls in your love sector, it's probably through a relationship or through a connection with someone in a relationship this windfall occurs. So even if they're behaving silly like a clown, or they've disappointed you in some manner, the eclipse will make it up to you by bringing you some kind of winning or windfall through your relationship sector. Right. If we look at your career, you get the dagger, the kangaroo, not the karoo. Sorry, we have the Karoo here in South Africa where I live. It's a huge expanse of land. And you get the forest. Okay, now the dagger says that you have fear, worries, and a tense situation where your career is concerned. The kangaroo says it's unsettled times and you need to plan ahead. And your forest says muddled, unclear thinking. So I think what's happening with this eclipse is eclipses always shadow out one thing and throw the light on something else. So where your career is concerned, there will be now shade thrown by this eclipse. So you're feeling unsettled, you're feeling worried, you don't know what's going to happen. But at the root of this little card says, is your muddled and unclear thinking. So that is the key or the answer to sorting this story out where your career is concerned. Your thinking needs a little bit more straightening out. Find somebody to be a sounding board. They'll help you see things in a different light, right? That's what eclipses are good for. If we look at your happiness, you get the angel, the stork, and the peacock. Now, the angel says that there's spiritual guidance and protection from harm. Aha, good one. The stork says the news of a birth or new business opportunity, and the peacock says beware of great pride. So once again, I think maybe that little message that came through that says use someone as a sounding board is a good one. So don't be too proud to use someone as a sounding board for that muddled thinking of yours, because you are divinely protected and guided at this time, and there's a new business opportunity awaiting you where your career is concerned. So just don't let your pride stand in the way. Someone might offer to help you, someone might offer to listen to you, you might need to ask for help or ask someone to listen to whatever your story may be. And this opens doors for you, and remember that you are divinely guided and protected from harm. Right, I do hope that you enjoyed that reading, Gemini. Aries, so for your love, you get the Victory card, the Yoke card, and the Cup card. So the Victory card says victory in some endeavor. So where your love life is concerned, know that this eclipse will bring in victory for you. So if you're looking for someone, you are going to be finding somebody. Within that 2 week, either in the first 2 weeks after the eclipse, or in that 6 month span, you will be finding somebody. If you're in a relationship, whatever relationship issue or situation comes up during that eclipse, it will be victorious in the end. You will find a way through it, over it. You will get what you want within that situation. The Yoke card says at the moment you are feeling tied down and frustrated. And the Cup card says you should accept valid criticism. Okay, so if we put this a little bit gentler, what it is saying is, once again, and I've said this in some of the other readings as well, somebody will offer you advice. So if you are looking for a relationship, someone's going to offer you advice. If you're stuck in a relationship situation which crops up during this eclipse, someone's going to offer you advice. Be open to that advice. I will repeat again, it's not who's giving you the advice that you need to pay attention to, it's the advice. So don't get annoyed with the person when they give you advice, because advice often, and I'm going to repeat it again because I've said it in some of the other star signs, comes through people. It's the angelic realms, it's higher realms, it's your higher self, it's spirit giving you advice, and they use somebody just as a vehicle to give you that advice. Because it's easier for us humans to listen to the spoken word than to listen to our intuition. So keep that in mind where relationships are concerned. Okay. Now your career, you get the caterpillar, you get the pineapple, and you get the star. The caterpillar says things will not always be this way, a change is coming. Well, the eclipses are always game changers, so whatever that is happening in your career at the moment, know that this is not forever and ever. There is a change coming. The pineapple speaks about reconciliation, and the star speaks about guaranteed success. So whatever this change is, whether you're stuck in your career, wanting to advance in your career, or just coasting along, no change is coming. But it is going to be a success. It's a guaranteed success. That pineapple, when reconciliation speaks about pieces coming together, I think, in career. It speaks about people perhaps coming together, maybe somebody, a co-worker, you've had a bit of a fallout with. Don't worry about it. It's temporary. It's going to change. It will be successful in the end. Whatever the case may be within your career where things aren't quite fitting together, they are going to come together within that 2 weeks or within the 6 month span. That is from one eclipse to the next partnering eclipse. So heads up, keep the faith, keep doing what you're doing, do it well, and know that you are definitely guaranteed success with this eclipse, even though it may be that you need to come together with somebody first. Right, now if we look at your happiness, you get the mountain road, the lion, and the horseshoe. So the mountain road says you are on the road to success. So in your relationships, in general life, in family life, career, you are on the road to success. The lion says it is time to act, and the horseshoe says good luck. So if situations, opportunities, whatever may arise in this eclipse period from the 31st of January up to 6 months ahead, if you see there's a situation or an opportunity where you need to take action, do so, because you have luck on your side. This eclipse is bringing you luck with it. So what action you take, and always remember, it depends on our motivation, what makes us take that action. you will have success for it. Sometimes even when the motivation isn't that good, we can still have success for it, but then the end results may be a little bit more than what we wanted, right? But know that you have luck on your side with this eclipse. Whichever you take on, you will have luck during this eclipse season. Right, Aries, I hope you enjoyed that. Cancer. For your love during this eclipse, you get the Dark Man, you get the Ink Pot, and you get the Cup. Right, so what that means for you is the Dark Man says dealings or relationships with a man with dark complexion or hair. The Ink Pot says problems to be resolved, and the Cup says you should accept valid criticism. So where love and relationships are concerned, there is a dark man or a dark-haired man or dark-complexioned man, could be very suntanned, and he is the one that you're going to be dealing with whatever is concerned with your love life at the moment. You have either he is your partner and you are having problems with him, and you need to accept what he says to you during this eclipse season. You may not like the criticism he levels at you, but it's the universe's way with this eclipse of just pointing out something to you that may need to be resolved. If you're looking for a relationship, it could be that a dark-haired or dark-complexioned man will point out something to you in your attempts to get a relationship into your life, which you may not entirely like, but listen to it anyway, because once again, this is the universe's way of pointing out something to us, and it's always to help us get ahead, to help us move forward. But universes, yes, them too, but eclipses as well, always give the opportunity to shine a light on something, to show us the way forward, to help us through something, over something, to move on from a situation. It's just sort of a lightning bolt way, really, of moving a situation onwards. If we look at your career, you get the dog close-up, you get the haystack, and you get the tower. The dog close-up says pleasure with a close friend. The haystack says karma, you will reap what you've sown. And the tower says solid foundation, success with effort. So it would seem that where your career is concerned, it's a good friend, a close friend that is going to be your ally, your confidant, someone who inspires you where your career is concerned. And you definitely have built up a solid foundation in your career, and you will have success because of the efforts you've made. And that haystack card says you have put in the effort, you have put in solid effort into your career, and you will be reaping the rewards from that with this eclipse. And there's something to do with the friend. There's a close friend that has something to do with what rewards you will be reaping where your career is concerned. Perhaps you're even in business with a close friend. Perhaps you make a close friend. Whatever the case may be, they are tied in with how you will reap. They are the channel through which they are the person that will be there when you reap your rewards for all the hard work you've been putting into your career. I'm sure each of you Cancerians probably know more or less who I'm speaking about at this moment. If we look at your happiness, you get the lily, you get the sun, and you get the door. The lily says spiritual love, the sun says happiness and well-being, and the door says opportunities are waiting for you. So I will repeat again what I said earlier. No matter what this eclipse brings into you, especially if there's a bit of a problem in relationships, know that in the end you are guaranteed happiness. There's wonderful opportunities waiting for you. This eclipse is bringing those in for you. And the spiritual love for me especially says that the spirit is on your side here. No matter what it is that comes up with this eclipse, know they are doing it in your best interest, even though it may not look like that at the time. If someone does level a little bit of criticism via your relationships, about your relationships, within a relationship, know this is just Spirit's way of saying you do need to address whatever that issue is. Have a look at it, because it is stopping you from having a better relationship, from moving on to better things within a relationship, whatever it may be. Right, I hope you enjoyed that reading, Cancer. Sagittarius, where love is concerned with this eclipse, you get the crib, the fan, the scissors, and I chose one more, the unicorn. Right, so the crib says, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So coming in love, this is something I think more to do with children, and possibly for a lot of you, there's a new child coming into your life, right? The fan says romance, celebration, and a party. So this is going to be great news for some of you. Then there's scissors, which is disappointment in some affair. And the unicorn, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. So for some of you Sagittarians, there's a child. There will be the birth of the child or the conception of a child. It will be celebration among you. It will be wonderful. For others of you, it's a case of things have not turned out quite the way you wanted to in a relationship. Yet, as is Eclipse style, you will be given the little light shining, that little aha moment, that something that comes along. Your intuition will be leading you as to how to solve this situation which disappointed you, how to move through it, and how to move ahead of it. Eclipses will always bring a light as well as something that you need to deal with. They will not just leave you with a situation that you don't like. There is light for you. You will find your way through this. Just listen to your intuition. And those of you that are going to give birth to children within this eclipse period, or fall pregnant within this eclipse period, huge congratulations to you. Everybody is going to be terribly happy around you about this wonderful news as well. So that is very nice. So there's definitely good energy there. Regardless, you will be able to pick up on that good energy. Now, if we look at your career, Sagittarius, you get the bell, you get fire, and you get heart. The bell says there's an announcement. Fire says strong emotion, passionate love or hate. And the heart says love, deep affection and caring. So that's very interesting. So within the realm of your career, for some of you, there is the potential of an affair, of meeting someone whom you really connect with. Well, that is your situation to work through, deal with, whatever it may be. It could be good, it may not be so good, but it will be up to you. And for others of you, it is a case, I think, of you are going to be involved in something in your career that really grips you, that really gets your blood pumping through your veins, that really makes you feel exhilarated and excited about life again. So that's very good news with this eclipse. It's definitely lighting up the career sector of your life in a big way, one way or another, either on an emotional level or on a practical level of actually getting involved in something you can really, really sink your teeth into. So congratulations and enjoy, Sagittarius. Now, where your happiness is concerned, you get the wreath, the star, and the scales. This is not typical layout for an eclipse because the wreath says there's sorrow over some kind of loss, the star says there's guaranteed success, and the scale says keep your life in balance. So you're going to have this dichotomy, as I've said before, which comes with eclipses. Something will not work out the way you want it to. Something is going to move out of your life, but you're also going to have some kind of major success in your life. The scales say find the balance in your feelings. Understand that balance is part of life. We have successes, we have failures. We have things come into our life, we have things leave our lives. We need to, if something leaves our life, if we feel sad about it, feel that sadness, let it pass through you, but understand as well that there's something really good coming with this eclipse and enjoy that feeling as well. Give time, energy and emotion to both feelings, but don't dwell too much, especially on that loss. Just work your way through it and also know that you're also getting something absolutely wonderful with this eclipse too. Right, Sagittarius, I hope you enjoyed that reading.